Oh, hello and welcome. This is Cricbuzz Live. Afghanistan doing some bit in the end thanks to Rashid, a 6 and a 4. This is what's happening with Rashid, the same thing that has been happening to Zazai, which was swinging his axe but not finding the tree. But today Zazai decided not to swing the axe. He was carving his sword and got a few runs. But with Rashid, well, he found a couple of trees right towards the end. 18 not out of 15. But the score, well, for Afghanistan, disappointing after the start that they got. They were going at 10 and over, well into the fourth over. Looked like, they'd set up a big power play and go on big from there. They were also 72 at the halfway mark. But then it just all went pear-shaped because the Pakistan bowlers showed their experience, came back, kept getting the wickets. And of course, when you keep getting the wickets, you choke the scoring rate. And the result is there for you to see. To discuss how the cookie crumbled and other such trivial matters of the universe, I'm Gaurav Kapur, with me Parthiv Patel and Ajay Jadeja. Yes? Cookie crumbled, yes.
Crumbling cookie?
This is how, that's what you say, right? To say what has happened, what went down, you say, and that's how the cookie crumbled.
Oh,
right?
So, Cookie. I was thinking of my friend Cookie.
Your friend Cookie from Punjab?
Yes.
Oh, with the brother of my friend Bittu and Montu?
Yes.
Bittu, Montu, Cookie.
Cousin of Chinku.
Oh, they're right. Okay. That cookie has not crumbled. He's okay. Yeah. I think he also crumbled a little yesterday after his game. But today he has not.
Yeah.
But Afghanistan will be disappointed and Pakistan will be happy with what has happened in the back 10.
Absolutely. I think Afghanistan would be really disappointed.
Yeah.
I mean, just you back 10, of course, in the last couple of games, because, the way they took off in this world, in this Asia Cup, the momentum or whatever, the word that you want to use, the way they were playing, and especially now in this talk, because, your tough part is, at the top of the innings against Pakistan, who have good seaming attack.
Yeah.
You get through that phase and then you still don't get to what you should have got. They'd really be disappointed because their strength's bowling. So, they want something to fight with.
Correct.
And, not just Afghanistan, I think Indian fans are disappointed as well.
Yeah, that's true because, and the reason why I was saying that is because if Pakistan beats Afghanistan today, if they get 230, that means it's a double elimination. Both the teams playing tomorrow, that's Afghanistan and India, then do not mathematically stand a chance to qualify for the final because Sri Lanka and Pakistan will make it with their 2 wins. Is equal to 4 points. But hang on, it's just half done right now. But you have to say that that's the thing because with 129 Parthiv, that's tough for any bowling attack to defend. I mean, Pakistan would really have to just completely, their cookie would completely have to crumble.
Yeah, exactly. I think if they'll have to just play out those 20 overs. Once they think of playing those 20 overs and if they don't get all out, I think they're going to get to 130. That's what at least Wicket is saying. It's not a very difficult wicket to bat on, maybe slightly on a slower side, but once those slow ones came in, they were very difficult to hit. But yeah, for Afghanistan to win from here, I think that power play holds the key. They have to take at least 3-4 wickets in power play, just try and make the game out of them, make them put them under pressure, runs on the board on a probably big game. I'm sure Pakistan would be thinking more than obviously knocking India out of the Asia Cup, but for them to not to go in a knockout game against Sri Lanka when they play after 2 days. So yeah, but it's for Afghanistan. It is everything to gain from here. Just try and go out all out and try and give everything. Try and force Pakistan to scrap for every run there.
Yeah. Kal kare so aaj kare so ab. That's the saying, right? So why should Pakistan wait till the next one? They'll want to seal the deal today and mentally then prepare for the final and then you have a replay of the final, basically. You have a dress rehearsal of the final then, right? Because then Pakistan and Sri Lanka will play the game on Friday and then they will play the final on Sunday.
Yeah.
It'll become a dress rehearsal.
Actually.
Friday khatam karo na, phir ek hi final karo. And it's in Dubai, so Friday anyway is a big evening, so might as well just do it on Friday. Look at me, I'm just changing the schedule of a Asian Cricket Council game. I don't know how the technical committee feels about that. Do you think I can? No?
No, you cannot. No one can change the schedule.
No one can
change the schedule.
Ek baar maine commitment kar diya.
It has to be a bilateral series, either India-Pakistan or Sri Lanka-Pakistan. But it has to be a bilateral series.
Good one. Good one. Nice one.
You did mention in the combox that the Pakistan bowlers in the first 3-4 overs, Afghanistan got the better of them, and then the Pakistan bowlers came back into the game. How did they course correct?
If you look at the first, couple of overs, what was it? Zazai got a couple of boundaries. One was where? At short third man, where the field was up and wide outside off stump. then
Gurbaz.
Hasnain came in, and then he starts with a fine leg standing up and bowls a couple of balls down the leg side. So, that start was wavered in the sense, one is wavered, and two, I think probably over defensive, thinking that these guys were going to strike.
Yeah.
And as soon as, that didn't work, and then they came back, and they, I think Gurbaz today would be really disappointed because he's played brilliantly through the tournament. He threw it away. So once you opened that gate, that's when the Pakistan bowlers then, changed the whole mindset, started bowling better lines, and then there was nothing that, the Afghanistan can do because you lost both the openers. So you held the innings together there, and then they held back their seamers, and the spinners went through till the 10th over, and 11th over came back Rauf and then picked up another wicket. So where we felt that they could, now start going for it, they started with a loss again. So at every stage, beyond that first 3 overs where Pakistan really bowled terribly, I don't think the Afghanistan played well today.
Okay.
So Pakistan came back to their line, and that was good enough for them. They didn't have to come and do something special.
Parthiv, the Afghanistani batters also like the ball coming onto the bat. They like the pace. I think Pakistan also, their quick bowlers kind of learned quickly and then came back into the game with very good Gati Parivartan. Yes.
So,
variations of pace, so just trying to.
Gati Parivartan ke saath, they just broke the Gati Matra, the momentum. But it was just probably, I think they used the slow ones really well. They realized, as Ajay said, they started with with one no ball also, so they were not on dot with their bowling once they started it, but they analyzed the wicket really quickly. They knew that if you're bowling slower one into the wicket, it was getting a bit difficult from over number 3rd or 4th itself. They were 34 or 35 in 3 overs, and they finished power play at 44 for 2. Or 46 for 2. So I think, that wickets, they took 2 wickets in that power play also. So I thought they used those slow ones really well. And obviously, spinners have been really good. Shadab has been good in this tournament. So is Mohammad Nawaz. They, didn't allow them to rotate strike, or they didn't allow them to, get back into the game, which they were trying to play anchor role by Ibrahim. But I think, all in all, I thought, the comeback of Pakistan was really well. Maybe they wanted to just, blow Afghanistan away with a lot of pace initially. That's what they tried. But, Hazratullah Zazai they used pace really well. But, credit to Pakistan by analyzing the wicket quickly and going back to, what can be useful in that situation.
Yes, as I always like to say, we use it again. Optimization of resources and conditions. That's right. It's a tale of two captains, and it's a very similar tale actually, because with the bat especially, Mohammad Nabi, who now I think has played 8 games with single-digit scores, and he's a better bat than that. And on the other side, Babar Azam, who's also not got too many runs. Now, Nabi again carrying on his run of form today. His team really needed him today. Was not to be, and Afghanistan has paid the price for that. They would have wanted more from such a senior, such an experienced player at a time when the team was in trouble. But for Babar, it's a good opportunity to play himself into form today, because as they say, मौका भी है और क्या मौका भी है और दस्तूर भी है. मैं जैसे हिंदी शो करके आता हूँ भूल जाता हूँ. But it's a great opportunity because you need to get a little over a run a ball. Take your time.
Yeah, I mean, perfect. You're in a position in a game where you could take your time. Your style is, to get back to your best, your style is also not some aggressive style that would bring you back. So, you can take your time, play the way you want. Your partner at the other end has, done exceptionally well in the last couple of games. The total's not daunting. So this is where you not just only try and win games and these little things that you bring your team back into form. And captain today has a great opportunity to do that. But at times what happens is, when you have such a low total and you have so much pressure that you're not scoring runs because there are different pressures. One is the pressure of a guy who's not making it into the team and saying, if I don't score runs, I'll be out of the team. That's one pressure. The other pressure is I'm Babar Azam, or I'm Virat Kohli, or I'm one of those
captain. I'm an all-time great. And expectation.
And then you're not scoring runs. So there, these guys actually want challenges. When it gets easier, sometimes it gets worse because now it's like, oh yeah, it's so easy. So, so these great players think differently, and I think, so it is easy from where I'm looking at it, but he's got everything to lose, nothing to gain again. It's the other way around for him. Yes, but, great players show us the way that they always come back. And there's an old saying in cricket that, form is temporary, class is permanent.
क्लास इज परमानेंट और आज क्या बाबर आजम क्लास लगा देंगे अफगानिस्तान के बॉलर्स की. लेट्स हैव अ लुक एट द bowling attack for Afghanistan because now their back is against the wall. Their batters haven't given them much as well, but there are some people there, Parthiv, who also like the challenge.
Yeah, absolutely. And Rashid Khan is one of them. They probably would try and do that. Maybe if I'm in Afghanistan camp, I would give one over to Faisal Farooqi, just try and see whether he's swinging in or not. If not, then get your best spinners in it. Try and get into the game very quickly. Come up with an attacking field. Maybe try and put Babar Azam under pressure. Put short leg. Get slip in. Just try and make him do something which he usually doesn't do it. And then that's when if you get, as I said, if you get couple of wickets, the small chases can be really tricky. Then the more than the number, it's the pressure that takes over. So from Afghanistan's point of view, I think go out attacking. Just try and show them that yes, we can get you out, and we believe we can get you out.
Just a question, to all of us, and so we're chasing 129. We as in Pakistan today.
Yeah.
Should we still leave 50 in 5?
Naughty. He's being naughty. Don't worry.
No, I'm saying, because if
I
Babar
don't
takes
think
his
that'll happen.
time and, lose a couple of wickets.
Yeah. You have this hypothesis. It's a very fair hypothesis that Ajay has, that
Because
whether it's 140 or you're chasing 200, the team always ends up leaving 50 to 60 in the last 5 to chase.
Yeah.
I think maybe that hypothesis gets tested at 129. There has to be some floor limit to that, and I think it's below that. If they leave 15-5 today, I'm just going to doff my hat. Not doff. I'm going to take my hat off and just leave it at your feet.
No, not today. Today is a odd game.
आज अगर छोड़ दिया 50.
I've played IPL final where RPS left 50 in 5 was an exact target, 129, and they lost by 1 run.
Mumbai Pune. I remember.
Mumbai Pune. They had left 15 last 5.
Right. So, no, you can't get all 10 out of 10, right? I've got one from how many years ago?
Not bad.
So over the years,
8 years ago.
2017 final.
Yeah.
So guys who like stats and people who are looking at these numbers, it'd be interesting if somebody, one of our viewers can find out that how many times 50 is, when I say 50, it's 60 and 40 left by the teams chasing, no matter what the total is.
Yeah.
I'm sure over last, 15 years? Pick the last 10 years, we'll probably have 82% of teams, whenever they're chasing, they leave that number.
I like how we got some midweek homework here.
Yeah.
Either you can do that, or you can just relax and enjoy with us on Cricbuzz Live. Because the thing about statistics, as we've always said, is that you can torture them to admit anything.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, and plus what happens is when you're in a school and you've either done exceptionally well, get double promotion, you have extra time, or you failed, so you're going to repeat that class. So, at the moment we are in that stage, so I'm saying find something else to do.
That's right.
At least keep yourself busy.
There's a saying, whenever I sing, my friends tell me, don't quit your day job. So that's what we're saying. Don't quit your day job just as yet. Okay, well, so that's it. 130 for Pakistan to qualify for the final, where they will play Sri Lanka. That's what will happen. So that means that the games on Thursday and Friday become dead rubbers if they get to 130. So for Afghanistan, there's a lot to play for. They play to stay in the tournament, and they play to make sure that all of us are still invested in this tournament for the next 2 days as well. Otherwise, we may check out today and come back on Sunday. So knowing the Afghanistan bowlers and knowing the heart that they have, looks like it could be, or we'd expect it, or want it to be a contest. Hope it's not a one-way street, because we have too many of those in Mumbai and they get a little boring. We're going to see you at the end of the 10th over on Cricbuzz Combox. Before we go, our power play score guesses. Real quick, because in the first innings, we had guessed 145 to 165 and hashtag group ke naak kat gayi. Power play, what is going to be prediction?
I'm saying 41.
P for prediction, P for Parthiv, P for power play. Come on.
41.
P for 41.
P for 41.
P for 41. कहीं भी लटका लो आगे पीछे.
आप ऊपर, where do you want to let go?
Ideally, you want to let go niche, yaar. I'm still hoping India might find some way of getting back.
So then you let go at 36? I will let go at 46. 36, 41, 46. अभी इसके ऊपर गया या इसके नीचे आया तो दोनों तरफ पता है क्या होने वाला है. It is the one way. All right. We have only one way to go, which is towards our dinner table. You also खा लो कुछ. नहीं खाया अभी तक. बेटा क्या कर रहे हो? खाओ कुछ. कमजोर हो गए हो. चलो बाद में मिलते हैं. Bye.